First year of university was a big thing. The first time living away from home, trying to get great academic success. I was really exhausted and burnt out, and even at some point I thought I might go homeless.
Or the third, I guess, is just being homeless.
But there was also great highlights, such as presenting at a undergrad conference, going to a cat cafe, and also doing a summer projects. And this is the story of my first year.
Normally when you see a vlog on someone's university life, it's usually during term time when they're actually people. But I thought I might offer a different perspective and filming the campus when there's literally no one. But why am I here in the first place? Well, recently I've made studying so addictive that I willingly came back early to do some studying. As for how to make studying so addictive for you as well, I will share more about this in the later part of this vlog, so stay tuned. So yeah, this morning I'm just doing some revision of the module that I did for the last term and looking at some other topics to prepare myself for term 2. This Sunday is kind of a calm one. There isn't really a lot that I plan to do other than some revision and some reading, but given the current state of my room, I think I should clean it up. Much better now. So now I'm going to catch up on some editing for the shorts I'm going to post this week. And later I'm also going to record another video that should be coming out next week about studying condensed matter in a week. So my tutor here at Bro Holloway is a theorist in condensed matter theory, and so I thought I might try to learn a bit more about what he does, and I think it's also good to expand my knowledge in condensed matter, which to be honest I know nothing about it yet, but hopefully by the end of the week I will know more. I just finished editing and now I'm going to get some lunch, supper or dinner, I don't know. It's almost 4 PM but I haven't had lunch yet, so I don't know if this is lunch or supper. The only place that's open this week is the White House Cafe, and sometimes I like to go to there before I have my tutorial in the physics department. Oh well, never mind, they're closed. So today I'm leaving the campus because I have to go to the bank, and later I might have to go to Tesco to get some grocery. Now I don't know about how it is in where you live, but in Acom, which is where Bro Holloway is, there seems to be a lot of cats. So I think one of the perks of being in Bro Holloway is that you get to see cats really often, especially if you study in computer science, and there's literally a campus cat in your academic building. However, one of the cons of living in Acom is that we're quite close to Heathrow, which is like 30 minutes away. So you do get a lot of planes passing by. So this is the high street and I want to go to the bank, which is there. Okay, so I just came back and I think I'm going to watch a bit of Netflix, take a short break and then start doing some work.
So I just finished a session on Fourier series, and I kind of struggled a bit at the start, but fortunately I got there at the end. So it's time for Condensed Matter again now. So I just finished studying Condensed Matter, and it's time for some dinner. I'm just gonna eat my dinner and watch a show. As for tonight, I may be doing some extra learning, or I'm just going to sleep. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for today.
This morning I did some revision and a research for a video that's going to be up in the future. And now I'm going back to Tesco again because, well, yesterday I couldn't get everything because I simply don't have the hand to carry that many stuff. So I have to go back today again to get the rest of the stuff.
Okay, so I just came back from Tesco, and honestly I'm absolutely knackered. I was trying to carry 2 bottles of water this size, plus some more stuff. I was carrying my laptop, and honestly I'm feeling a bit of pain around my shoulders, but anyway, I think I'm going to take a short break and continue studying Fourier series and Condensed Matter. I just finished studying some tensor maps and Laplace transform, and also some condensed matter for the video I've been working on this week. And since today is the last day of the year, I thought I might order some takeout to wrap up this year. I also found a video of Professor Brian Cox talking about Host the Planet, which is one of the pieces that the orchestra of the university is going to play in the next concert, and so I thought it might be interesting to see how in the 21st century how our understanding of the universe might be different from the way Host sees the planet during his time in the 1930s. I think that's when he composed the planets. Yeah, I guess that's a wrap on 2024, and I'll see you tomorrow in 2025, or I guess see you next year. Three, 2, 1. Happy New Year.
Old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and all lang syne?
It's currently 1:15, and I'm still in my pajamas. Like, I feel like sometimes when you're on YouTube and watching this kind of vlogs, you tend to see quite a lot of people just showing you a perfect and structured day. But the fact is, sometimes it just doesn't happen like that, I guess. I don't know about you, but personally, sometimes I do feel there's a sense of guilt associated with taking breaks. But maybe I shouldn't be like that. So whenever I have a unproductive day, I try to find a small task that I could do to basically get things done. And it's always a good idea to try to find some small tasks to complete. It's definitely easier than trying to attempt one large thing. And for today, it's just cleaning up.
My dear, for all anxiety will take.
Anyway, if you have any good tips on how to overcome like days where you just feel really unproductive, do comment it below. I think it would be useful for both me and other people watching this video. So today, obviously I hope I had done more, but looking back, actually I did get something done. I studied Laplace transform, did some editing, and obviously, as you just saw, washing my dishes. Will I have hoped I'd done more? To be honest, yes, but at least today isn't a waste of time. So perhaps finding small tasks that you could do is one way to feel better about it, I guess. But anyway, hopefully I could do more tomorrow. As promised in the start of the video, lately studying has become so addictive for me, and it's for one reason. So I've been trying to use a technique called Pomodoro timer, and basically what you do is you set up a timer, a short one, and then you take a short break, and then keep on repeating this process. I mean, personally, I feel like it works best if I'm using 25 minutes and then taking a 5 minutes break. I do think it makes me slightly more productive in some way. Now, instead of showing you more of the studying in the afternoon, I thought I might show you a blooper of when I was trying to collect my Amazon. So my Amazon parcel got placed in the top locker, and some of the stuff were in the very back of the locker, so it was a bit tricky to get it out, to say the least. But otherwise, that's it. Today is Friday, and I've decided to do something other than studying, and that is to organize or tidy up my room. So today is Friday, so I'm having pizza for pizza night. And that's it for today, I think. So see you tomorrow for the last day of this vlog. So as you saw from the montage earlier, I was doing my laundry for Laundry Saturday, and it was kind of frustrating nonetheless. Basically the story is, for some reason the washing machine didn't work on the first run. 40 minutes later, to realize that it didn't work at all, and I had to run it again, which means I wasted another 40 minutes. And when it comes to drying, the first time I dried as usual, and I heard the machine start working, but when I came back an hour later, the clothes are still wet, and so I assume maybe that's because the washing machine ran for two runs, and so maybe the clothes are just extra wet. And then I proceed to dry it again, and when I came back an hour later again, it's still wet. So by that point, I'm pretty sure it's something wrong with the machine. But yeah, that means I wasted £3.40, completely waste of 2 hours. But I guess in this hour I could be doing something else, and I think I'm going to record some of the episode for my short series. So I just finished filming some episode for my short series, which is series 60, calculus under 60 seconds. And hopefully this week's vlog has been interesting. Do let me know if you want to see more of this kind of vlogs. And yeah, I guess I'll see you same time next week. Bye. For the next 7 days, I will dedicate at least 1 hour each day to studying condensed matter, and hopefully by the end I will have an understanding of what condensed matter is. So my physics tutor here at Royal Holloway is a theorist in condensed matter. Now, at the moment, I don't know anything at all about condensed matter, so I thought it might be a good idea to learn a bit about it and get a basic understanding of what condensed matter is. Now, the book I'm going to use is this, University with Modern Physics. It has a chapter on condensed matter. It is supposed to be an introductory chapter to condensed matter, which I think is appropriate for this project, which is trying to study condensed matter for a week and see what that gets me. I know it's not entirely a textbook for condensed matter, but it might be good to have a basic understanding, and then I will see whether I want to progress further in that direction once I know more about it. Okay, so yesterday I started the project of learning condensed matter in a week, and the first topic that I learned was different types of bonds, and it covered from the stuff that you might have learned in GCSE chemistry to some more stuff, and obviously more mathematical rigor into that topic. We covered types of bonds such as ionic bonds, covalent bonds. Then as something new addition to chemistry that I learned in GCSE was van der Waals bond and also hydrogen bonds. So this is one of the books that I like to use in conjunction to my course, and it's Physics A Student Companion by Kirkby. It's actually some lecture notes made by the author when she was in Oxford studying her degree, basically. And I wonder if there's any good topic on it that might help me understanding condensed matter more. From what I can tell, there isn't really much that's related. At the moment, the university's library is closed for the holiday, so maybe I have to wait a few days until I can look for the books when they're opened. But as usual, if you have any good suggestion of books that may be relevant, do comment it below, as I do want to continue learning more about this topic, and it might be helpful for not just me but also the other viewer of this video, hopefully. So now I'm just gonna continue doing the works. So today is the third day of me trying to learn Condensed Matter, and after yesterday I realized that the book I was using in the previous 2 days were not that useful in trying to learn Condensed Matter. I think as a general advice, it's always good when a book isn't useful to you and then try move on to another one, to find a book that works for you. Okay, so as mentioned before, I realized that the textbook I've been using is not that useful in learning what condensed matter actually is, so I sort of seek out to other websites and resources like Wikipedia, and I've also found this book, which is kind of a standard textbook for solid state physics and condensed matter. And now I think I'm ready to answer the question what condensed matter is. So basically, now we could understand particles and molecules at a individual level, but to understand the microscopic picture of how something works, we can't just extrapolate from a single particle. And we also have to include quantum mechanics into our understanding of how the bulk properties of a material works. And so this leads to some of the most important questions and fields in the currents of condensed matter theory, like for example solid state physics. And also I think one of the most important piece of literature within condensed matter theory is by P.W. Anderson, and the article is titled "More is Different." And indeed that seems to be the case when you consider the property of a material entirety as a bulk is definitely different from those as a single particle. This is also where statistical mechanics comes in play, and that is sort of what I learned in this week of learning condensed matter in a week. Obviously it's a complicated subject that takes people years and dedication of their entire life to understand, but for the purpose of this video I think I've a slight understanding of what condensed matter theory is. And so yeah, comment below to let me know what kind of topics you want me to learn. I've also some in mind, but it'd be interesting to hear what your opinion might be. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. We just had 4 hours of nap and now they can't sleep. Well, that's me. I mean, the problem is, why don't I just go to sleep? And you know, that's a valid question, right? But I have a lecture at 10 AM tomorrow, and if I sleep now, which is like 1 PM, well, almost 1, there's a proper chance that I may be late because I just overslept. And I can't say that's the first time it had happened. So yeah, I find the best solution is just try to stay awake until then, and I guess that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, this is so frustrating. Like, I guess yesterday I was just so tired after a whole day of lectures, and I came back to have a nap, and we're here now. So yeah, I guess today's vlog is just me trying to stay awake and get through today. Well, today I have 4 lectures and it only goes to 4 PM ish, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, but I guess we'll see. And also it's so bad as well because when I don't get enough sleep, well, as you can see, my skin just gets really horrible, and I really hate that. In the last few weeks actually, I've been trying to improve my sleep and hopefully help with my skin and getting less, well, basically less oily and I mean, I do cleansing and stuff and skincare every day. I think the thing that helps the most, and it actually does help from what I can tell so far, is getting enough sleep. And so the situation that I'm in now is not exactly ideal. So I'm not sleepy per se, but I'm kind of tired to do anything productive at the moment, so I guess I'd just be going to watch some YouTube or something like that. So I just did my skincare routine of just using some cleanser and toner, and then I also used some mask I found on Amazon, and the links will be in the description as well if you're interested. But yeah, it's just a generic brand that I'm not sure if there's even a brand, but yeah, that's what I used. So one of the goals I have for this year 2025 is trying to learn some new languages, and I'm trying to learn German as well as Japanese. Okay, so it's almost 3 p.m. now, and I thought I might take like an hour nap. I am gonna do it just sitting on this chair because I don't want to get too comfortable on the bed and basically miss the time to wake up and miss my lecture. So what I would do is just turn off the light and just sit here and try to take a nap for an hour and see how it goes, I guess. But yeah, I guess I'll see you later. I kind of want to do this YouTuber transition thing, so here we go. Good morning. So instead of sleeping for 1 hour as I intended, I ended up just sleeping here on this chair for 4 hours. But the good thing is I'm still early, so I can still go to my lecture basically, so that's good. And I still have like an hour and a half. Well, actually when I woke up it's more like 3 hours, but yeah, now I have almost 2 hours ish, so I'm just going to do some reading and prepare for the lecture. Lately we've been doing some special relativity, and I think it's definitely really interesting. And actually I never realized that I am that interested in special relativity, well, and general relativity, I guess. The way it deals with space-time and its geometry is really interesting, I think. But I mean, obviously I don't formally do general relativity until 3rd year, but looking at stuff like metric tensor and stuff like that, and it's definitely really interesting, I think. I just did some reading, and now I think I'm going to get ready and get dressed for 2 lectures first. Okay, so I just finished my 2 lecture this morning, and I've come back to take a lunch break. Then I also have 2 lectures to go for the rest of the day. Honestly, I'm starting to feel a bit tired, so But anyway, I feel like I should be okay. I think one of the best thing about living in accommodation is that if I want to go out to my lectures or anything, anywhere is basically less than 10 minutes, so I could literally come back for a lunch break, even though it's like only 1 hour, but it's sufficient enough for me to come back and go back within the hour. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel much more comfortable watching YouTube while eating. I don't know. It's nice to have some sort of entertainment while eating, I guess. But sometimes I also want it to be kind of educational, so I may watch some language video or whatever I like, to be honest. But yeah. So I've come back to my accommodation again after my third lecture of the day, and I had a phone call catching up with my parents, and so that was nice. And after this, there's only one lecture left, and honestly I'm tired, so after that lecture I think I'm probably going to take a nap or something, just to recharge. So yeah, I mean this vlog might be slightly shorter than my usual one, but hopefully it was interesting. And comment below if you also struggle with getting sleep and managing your energy. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Whatever, I don't care. All I want to do is sleep. Bye. So before the start of this video, I just wanted to say the title is not clickbait, and yes, there's actually a chance that I might be homeless, but I will be explaining more during the video. So let's get straight into the video. So I guess the thing about being a student is that you have to go on a lot of side quests during this weekend because, well, during the weekday you just don't have any time. So yeah, the first side quest of the day, I guess, is going to Specsavers to pick up my new glasses. I recently got a new prescription. Well, not this one, but yeah, I'm going to collect it today. So lately I've been kind of stressed, honestly, because unlike many universities, I think, Royal Holloway for second year, you're basically expected to rent outside for like private housing. And that has been really stressful because one, I'm not 18 yet, so signing the contract would be a bit challenging, and two, I don't have any friends, basically, as sad as that might sound. So I don't have anyone to share a house with. So basically what that means is I have to rent for like a studio or like a one-bed apartment or something like that. And the rent here in Acom is really high, especially compared to other cities, I guess. And the price for each week is like £40 to £60 higher than like the student accommodation on campus. I mean, ideally I would like to stay in student accommodation, but if that's not possible for next year, then I will have to start looking for apartment for next year. But that's another video for next. But that's another video, I guess. Okay, so these are my new glasses. I think they look kind of in the same style, but they have like a different color on the side. So these pairs cost like £90 or something. Well, exactly £90, I think. Plus the eye test, but it's covered by NHS. I'm just looking because there's a really cute cat there. She's so cute. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, this pair costs like £90, and there's also the NHS eye test, but it's covered by the NHS, so I didn't have to pay anything other than the special coating. I think it's like a UV filter or something like that, but yeah, I got a special coating that I have to pay, and that's like £20, I think.
Yeah, so I'm back in my accommodation now, and honestly the whole housing problem is kind of stressing me out. I mean, there's two solutions, right? Either I try to find private housing, or well, there's no second option, I guess. The second option is just to drop out and go back to your home, or the third, I guess, is just being homeless. And so yeah, when you read the title, I'm not being clickbait, there's actually a chance that I might become homeless at 17. And that's crazy to think about. The rent here is so crazy. It's like well over 1,000 per month. Even the cheapest I found is like 1,100 per month, and that's like 280 per week. And yeah, the housing here is just really expensive. But anyway, I have to answer a few emails about my inquiries for like the housing and stuff, because like I want to find some place that's also kind of close, but I have to sell my kidney to afford it. So yeah, I'm kind of stressing a lot about it. And if you know me at all, I am a person who gets stressed out really easily. So yeah, well, I guess that's just what I've been dealing with at the moment. But yeah, and I guess now I just maybe distract myself doing something else, and I do have some homework to get done, so that's what I'll be doing now, I guess. So homework wise, we have five pieces of coursework each week. First of all, we have the tutorial sheet, and there's also 4 pieces of homework. 2 are for the math module that we do, and the other 2 is bi-weekly for each module. That's not a math module, basically. So for this term, we have fields and waves and physics of the universe, and the 2 pieces of coursework is for fields and waves. And the week that we are not doing the other module, then that's the tutorial sheet module, if that makes sense. Like, so this week's tutorial sheet is for physics of the universe, which is the other module. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but hopefully that makes sense. By the way, this scarf that I have is actually made by me. It was back when I was really into crocheting, but yeah, it's kind of a simple design, but well, I don't think that's any design as well, to be honest. But yeah, it's practical, I would say. It's not the most fancy, but it works, so that's why I still wear it. I mean, since the term started, I've been so busy with school and stuff, so I've not been able to do crocheting that much. But that's what I was doing during the summer, and hopefully I could try to find time and pick it up again, because I kind of enjoy doing it, honestly. It's kind of soothing in some way, so hopefully I could do it again at some point. Okay, so I just finished 2 pieces of homework, and now I'm going to take a lunch break. So I'm going to eat some of those protein bars that I've been eating. I find it that I tend to not eat enough protein because of the way I eat, so sometimes I just eat protein bars to help with that. I don't particularly have any sort of preference for, because I'm not trying to do any like fitness or bulking sort of things. If you're interested in knowing what I eat, then there should be an Amazon link below as well, if you're interested. Okay, so after a few hours of working on my problem sheets and my homeworks, I also take a nap, and now I just got some dinner from the hub. which is a cafeteria in the university, and let me show you what I got. So this is what I got. They didn't have much option for today. So that's vegan meatball with some pasta and garlic bread, and that's all for $4.83 I think. Comment below if you think that's expensive or okay or cheap. I don't know. Let me know. I think in general the food in the canteen is more or less affordable relatively, I guess. But yeah, sometimes when I just can't be bothered to cook food myself, I just go to the canteen, which is so convenient. Okay, so I'm going to continue eating my dinner, and later tonight I'm going to do some editing. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Good morning. So today I have some more assignment to work on, and there's also a special project that I've been working on. Unfortunately, at the moment I'm not going to say too much about it, but there should be a video coming out soon about it as well. And yeah, I'm really excited to share this with you, but unfortunately at the moment I just can't do it. So just be patient for a few weeks. And so yeah, I'm just going to start working on, well, stuff that I have to work on today, and I'll see you in the next episode then. Bye. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to present for the first time in a physics conference. In particular, this one is London University's undergrad conference. I'm not entirely sure about the full name actually, but it'll be my first ever conference that I'm going to present in. And to be honest, I do know what I was thinking when I applied to be a speaker, but I guess I'm just pushing myself out of my comfort zone and trying to do something I've never done, basically. I mean, my future goal is to go into academia, so this kind of conference is something that I have to get used to anyway. And so I thought it might be a good idea to get some experience, and I guess this is a really good platform for me to just try and see what happens. I do have the presentation pretty much ready, but there's actually still one more thing that I want to add, and I'm gonna add it tonight, and hopefully I'll be ready for tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. So it's almost 7 PM, and yeah, I am just packing my stuff because I'm also staying for a night with my parents. They just happen to be visiting for Valentine's Day, and so they're staying in London anyway, so I thought we might just stay for a night as well. After today we are going to stay for a night, and tomorrow we are going to do something fun together, but now I just have to pack my stuff. So originally I wanted to wear this shirt, but last night I was just too tired to iron it, so I think I may not wear this today. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna put on some cardigans and that should be okay. Last night I was just fixing my PowerPoint and adding some more details and some more stuff, and it seems to be okay now. And yeah, I'm really excited for this because one is my first time attending a conference, and I really don't know what to expect because I've never been to one. So I guess there's also a bit of imposter syndrome, like why would they listen to a first year undergrad? I feel like in physics especially, unless you have a PhD and above, you really do know what you're talking about. And yeah, so hopefully everything goes smoothly today, and I really need to get going.
here, so I didn't record the lunch part, but after the first 3 lectures, we actually had a lunch break. And there's also a lecture on case-strain duality, which I didn't record because I was focusing on trying to understand everything, which obviously I can't understand everything without doing group theory and such. But it was great fun, and then we had lunch where I tried to socialize with others. Obviously, as a physicist, we are not really social beings, but other than that, we had a lunch break, and after that, it was time for my talk, which I was quite nervous about, but here's some clip of it. We can also derive some standard results. Video is x plus delta Okay, I think the conference went really well. I had a lot of fun, honestly, a lot of fun, just talking about physics and nerding out with other fellow physicists from University of... the conference is actually called Quirks, which stands for Queen Mary, UCL, Imperial College, Royal Holloway, which is my university, and King's College. And yeah, I had a lot of fun just nerding out and talking about physics, which is always great fun. And during my presentation, I think it went pretty well. I did get some questions, but I was able to answer them, and thankfully I could answer them because I've been thinking about the worst case scenario where I can't answer the questions, and that's low-key embarrassing. But thankfully that didn't happen. And then I also went to other talks, which was quite a wide range of different topics, from nuclear fission to the talk about after me was on negative mass, which I thought was pretty interesting actually. I did have some question about it, and I tried to ask about the speaker. I didn't want to be rude or like just challenge him, but I did have some question about the way he's talking about it, and to be honest, I don't find his explanation to be completely convincing. But I was talking to him about his application of negative mass to the Schrödinger equation, and actually during his explanation, part of it is actually incorrect. But I guess that's a problem, because I want to tell him about it, and eventually I did, but hopefully I didn't come across as rude, and I really hope he's not too offended by my criticism or me trying to help, because genuinely all I wanted to do is just to discuss and help develop his theory, but hopefully I didn't come across as rude. And if by any rare chance that you are actually the speaker who did the presentation on negative mass, I just wanted to say you did really well, but I'm sorry about if I was being rude, and I definitely didn't intend it to be that. But other than that, I think today went really well, and yeah, as I said, great fun. And I just had dinner with my parents, because we are staying here in London. This is Earl Scott's Holiday Inn Express. Actually been here before when me and my dad went to the BBC proms, I think 2 years ago actually. And obviously it's in South Kensington, as is Imperial College, and I guess that's why this is a really good location for accessing both location, the Royal Albert Hall and Imperial College. And yeah, I also asked my parents to get me some pajamas from Muji for me, because I've been meaning to go to Muji and buy it, but I actually wanted to go there today, but I was just too busy with the conference and preparing my own speech and socializing with others, doing like discussions and stuff. By the way, I want to say I'm not entirely an extrovert. I think you can probably tell from my channel's video that I'm quite an introvert actually, but nonetheless I feel like it's also interesting that just to nerd out with others and talk about physics, and I guess that's one thing about physics that I really love, because I just love physics basically. And yeah, so tomorrow I'm staying here because I'm also planning to do something fun with my parents. We're going to a cat cafe in White City, well actually in Westfield. It's called Java Whisker, and they have a branch in Marylebone and one in White City, basically in Westfield. And so that's the plan for tomorrow. As for now, I'm going to take a shower, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Someone was being an idiot and left their phone in the hotel room after checking out, and had to come back to pick up the phone, and that idiot is me. I just checked out the left my phone in. Funny thing is, actually we went to Westfield and it was only around there that I realised I left my phone, and so we had to go back the other way from Westfield and coming back here. And now we have to go back to Westfield again. I was asking my dad if he has anything to say to YouTube, and you said,
I don't like YouTube.
why do you not like YouTube?
YouTube is not my friend.
Well, you spend a lot of your time watching YouTube, don't you?
Yeah, my son has spent a lot of time on YouTube. Too much.
I don't.
No, you do.
Okay. Okay, here we are, Java Whisker. We're actually a few hours early, so hopefully they will let us in early. Unfortunately, they're fully booked, so they don't have any places for us to go in early, but that's also reasonable because, well, we did book it for 2 p.m, so that's reasonable. Thank you for all the matcha. I really love matcha. I'm crazy about matcha. My dad just saw another YouTuber that he always watched, and he's now trying to. You see how nervous he is? He's going to approach him. Are you going to approach him? No. So at the end, we didn't actually approach him because we thought even celebrities need some private time, so might as well leave them alone. Yeah. So we're early, but we've signed in and they're letting us wait here in the lunch area. They will take us in later.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Not really.
You know how much it costs per person?
20 pounds?
Yeah, almost 20 pounds. But today is a weekday. A weekend.
No, today.
It's a weekend, sorry.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. On weekdays they are actually cheaper and they have like student discount. So it'd be better if we come here on a weekday. Weekday, not weekend, sorry. Weekday. But it's also easier if you have signed the waiver before coming here. And they've checked that we've signed the waiver, so it's all good. Okay, so we just came out of the cat cafe, and one of the cats, I think he's called Tabby, is just really calm, such a gentleman, and he makes really nice loaf, just being really wholesome. And he is not afraid of people, nor does he care about people patting him. It's just...
In 50 meters, at the...
Hi, this is me a few weeks after the conference, and as you can see I'm in my pajamas because I'm editing this video that you're currently watching, and I just wanted to make the ending to the video because I realized I actually didn't record it. But anyway, after I went to the cat cafe, I came back to university here. Yeah, the rest of the day it was just me doing laundry, so I didn't thought that was interesting enough to record. But yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you. So now they are all alive.
I feel like in the last few weeks, I've been starting to feel a bit of like a burnout. Taking a break from university. Next week is going to be my dad's birthday, but I think by the time this video comes out, it's already past my dad's birthday, so it's going to be in the past for people watching this video. But anyway, I'm going back home for the weekend, and as you can see, I've already packed my stuff, and I'm basically ready to go. The train ride is going to take like 3 or 4 hours. Actually, I think it's like 3.5 hours, but normally it actually takes less than 3.5 hours. That's just the forecast of how long it's going to take. And so, yeah, it's going to be a long journey, but let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Let's cut the cake. Let's cut the cake.
Okay. Thank you.
Do a taste test. Just small bite.
Okay. Oreo birthday cake.
How's it?
Nice.
Nice. You want to open your gift?
Open the gate.
Okay. What is it? 哎呀 Smurf 啊 Smurf 啊精靈爸爸 Smurf Dad 啊
So a while ago I got some cup in a pack of 3, and so I got both of you 1 cup per person. You want to open it as well? That one's purple, that one's blue. Yeah, you have to take that part out and then
Oh, I see.
expand to that, and then you can put it back on.
They will come alive only when you remove the tag from them. So now they are all alive.
Petition below to ask my dad to start a YouTube. You know why we got it for you?
Why?
You've always wanted it, didn't you?
Really?
When you were younger.
No, I got one when I was in primary 4.
Yeah.
I think it's primary 4, and my mom did that to me. Yeah, because I got a very good exam result. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just recreating the childhood nostalgia for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I feel like they don't look authentic though.
Oh,
They look a bit like off-brand stuff.
is it?
Like the
Yeah.
nose. Look at the
Oh.
nose. It looks a bit off. It's a trademark
okay.
though. This is it. It's trademark.
I'm not sure.
My hair is really messy today because of the wind.
Yeah, you should have it cut lah, haircut lah, cut your haircut lah.
Like what is that?
Huh?
What is that? Just like poking out. So where are we going now?
Morrison's cafe
For
for tea.
so we're going to Morrison for tea. Fun fact, my dad used to Well, we used to make a YouTube channel where I do the filming and you do the talking, right? Like how the take have turned now. Are you gonna start a channel anytime soon?
No.
So now we have like 2 hours or so until dinner, and I don't have anything better to do, so I guess I'm just going to do some studying, or I don't know, watch some YouTube or do something else, and just to kill time until dinner time. I mean, I think I might do some studying on German and Japanese, as you might know from a previous video that I made like a few weeks ago about my struggle with sleeping. But yeah, and speaking of sleeping, it hasn't really improved that much since the last video, but anyway, yeah, it's been really nice coming back home to, I don't know, just like being with my parents and taking a break from university. I feel like in the last few weeks, well, especially this week and recently, I've been starting to feel a bit of like a burnout, and this actually happens to me quite a lot. After studying for like a period of high intensity and stuff, I just start to get a bit burnout and tired. But I think the good thing is, well, in 3 weeks actually, it will be the Easter holiday, and I'm also going on a conference, which again, hopefully I will make a video about it as well and take you along with me if you're interested in that sort of thing. But after that is basically Easter holiday, and I might be going on a holiday with my parents, and that will be some vlog about it as well. I've planned like, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos about it as well, so look out for that. But yeah, otherwise I've nothing to do now until dinner. So tonight we're going to sort of a pub kind of restaurant with my parents, and we're going to have dinner there for celebration of my dad, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm basically staying for the weekend until Monday morning, and then I'm going back home. Well, back to university. Yeah, but tomorrow I think we're going to like the cinema to watch another film called Black Bag. I've no idea what it's about, but I guess I'll find it tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, so now we're going out for the dinner that we've been talking about, and yeah. So we just went to the restaurant, but unfortunately they don't have any space left, and we didn't make any reservation, so we're going to another restaurant to see if they have any spot left. But basically we're just trying to find a restaurant now. And I've got a veg curry, and a luxury. I got some cauliflower cheese and some vegetables. Also, for those who are not from the UK, curry is like you go out to in like a sort of buffet style, and you just get what you need. And all those vegetables are basically you can get as much as you want. But sometimes if you get the meat, they have a limited number of meats you can get. What drink did you get?
Guinness. Alcohol-free Guinness.
I got a Coke Zero, and then that's peppermint tea. Correction, that's actually green tea instead of peppermint tea. They ran out of peppermint tea when we tried to order. These are like £1, right? I think they were originally £12, but they're now £1. How many are you going to get?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. So we got 3 at the end. They were like 91% off. That's crazy. So we are now going to see the movie. I think it's called Black Bag, but yeah. I don't know what that is, but it looks really interesting. It's like some arts. It looks like some sort of parents and child sort of activity thing that the mall is hosting, and it seems like they're just like making some arts and stuff. So we are going to see a film. What is it called?
The Black Bag.
The Black Bag. Yeah. Do you know what it's about?
I don't know actually. My wife chose this movie.
So tonight we're making paella. Well, I don't know if I should call it paella because I don't think it is that authentic, but it's kind of like a paella, I guess. We're using some seafood mix, frozen seafood mix, and also using some canned tomato to make the sauce. It's one of the dishes that my dad really like, and so since we have some more paella rice left, so we might as well make it. So to start with, we're putting in some oil. And then we're going to take a spatula and just spread the oil across. Once the oil is ready, you want to put in the rice. If you turn on the range hood, it's going to become a bit loud, so we can't really record it. And I guess we'll see you later when we got the finished product. What do you think?
Yummy.
I'm not holding a gunpoint at them. So, yeah. We also got some sushi from Too Good To Go. From their menu, I think it's like £9 something. But on the app they said it's like £6.50 for the original price. And we got it for £3. Is it good?
Yeah,
Do you think it's worth £3?
definitely.
It was our first time ordering Too Good To Go as well, and it's actually quite easy to collect the order. You just pay online and you just go to the store and show them your order, and you can get your Too Good To Go. And would you recommend it then? Yeah, I think £3 for like was originally like almost £9, if not more. I think it's actually good value, and yeah, the food was also quite tasty. So tonight is my last night at home, and tomorrow morning I'm going back to Egham for university. So, but I'm going to come back home in like 3 weeks or so for Easter break, and yeah, it's been really nice coming back home and just spending some time with my parents and just doing like, I don't know, mundane stuff like walking in the park, and yeah. But I'm pretty much excited to come back soon, and I guess I'll see you in the next episode then. Bye. Hey everyone, so sorry I haven't posted in about the last 2 months or so. It's just life got a bit hectic lately, and I've just been kind of busy with everything and loads of other dramas and stuff. I guess life. But now I found my YouTube account again and I'm back. And so whether you're new to this channel or you've been waiting for me all this time, which to be honest, I guess there's no one at all, but in case you are, I guess this video is just me wanting to catch up with all of you as I sort of prepare for a picnic, and just telling you guys what I've been up to in the last couple of months, and also what kind of stuff that I want to be doing in the summer or going forward for this channel. And so without further ado, I guess we get straight into the video. So as I've mentioned earlier in this video, that
I haven't posted for, well, I guess over 2 months now. I don't know when I will be able to get this video out, so who knows. But basically the reason why I haven't posted for so long is in term 3, which is over the 2 months period that I haven't posted, is basically my exams, and I had 6 exams out of my 8 modules, and yeah, that's basically most of whole of term 3. And then I had like 2 weeks off. 1 week is like post-exam activities where I had to do some works for the module next year term, which is in the next academic year, which on its own is kind of something interesting that I think I'm going to save for another video. But other than that, I also had a week of concerts from the music department. Now obviously I'm not doing music, but I'm also involved in a lot of other music stuff in my university, and there was a play festival, as they call it, and essentially it's sort of like a collaboration between the music department and the Department of Drama, and like as a whole as the performing arts, and they're doing a week of concerts and performances. So basically that week I just did like, I don't know, 3 concerts, and basically that's what I've been up to in the 2 months that I've been away. But I guess the good thing is now it's the summer and I can start to enjoy the sunlight a bit, I guess, which is why I'm planning to do this picnic tomorrow. So for the picnic, I am sort of thinking about making a tiramisu as sort of a dessert for the picnic that we're gonna go tomorrow, and I guess now I'm just going to prep and start making the tiramisu, I guess. Yeah.
Originally, I did wanted to use sponge finger instead of rich tea, but my supermarket for some reason doesn't sell sponge fingers, so here we are.
Okay, I think I sort of got it done. I guess I'm just gonna refrigerate it and eat it tomorrow. So today we are here at the picnic, and let's see what we have on the menu. So first of all, we have the bread, some sort of snacks. We have camembert and grapes, egg salad for the bread, and then coleslaw. And we also have the tiramisu. So I think the last video that I made was when we were in Hong Kong, but I think I have like a whole batch of videos that I just haven't posted yet,
And so that's something that I want to do in coming weeks, months, or whenever I manage to finish editing it. And I guess in the future I also kind of want to make more types of this kind of vlogs, and maybe when we travel or when I'm in university and just making like study vlogs. So that's something that I want to do in the future. And as I've mentioned, that I've been starting making coffee at home, and so in this summer I really want to master my latte art, but I think it so far is not going too well. I mean, Dad, you have seen my coffee. What do you think about it?
Brilliant.
You're just joking.
Wonderful.
Really? I mean, I don't agree, but anyway. Yeah, that's something that I want to do before heading back to university for year 2. And actually there's also kind of a project that I've been working on, but I think at the moment I'm going to keep it a secret. So, are we tired yet?
Yeah.
Should we go then?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, then I guess I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Off we go.
Okay, yeah, no, it's definitely not working. Seems to like the work that I did. Oh, hello. No, I thought I'm gonna crash out even worse, but this is the ice cream. So that was my cappuccino of the day, and basically I wanted to make this vlog because this month I'm going to do a summer placement, well, sort of a summer project with a academics from my university, and so I thought I may document it, and hopefully I think it'd be interesting as well. And another thing that I'm going to do this month is to work on my home server project, which came up because I realized that I don't actually have much space left on my SSD drive. Wait, no. SSD stands for solid state drive. So SSD drive would be solid state drive. So that doesn't make sense, but basically what I wanted to do is to build a NAS, a never attached storage. So basically it's kind of like your personal Google Drive, but instead of having your data on a server from a third party, which is basically Google, you have all your data on your device, on your home server, and I think that idea could be really nice. And as you can see here, I have my whiteboard of mess, and this vlog is basically to document my first week in this summer project. Okay, so to just quickly summarize what my summer project is about, and it's basically applying the idea of Casimir effect into the DMV proposal, which is a test of quantum gravity via entanglement of two masses. Okay, let me explain it. So quantum mechanics, right, and general relativity. These two theories so far have not had sort of like a theory that links between the two. Using the fact that quantum entanglement are quantum, we try to find whether masses can be entangled via just gravity. And so basically what we want to find is whether gravity entangles the two. However, in such close distance, what we realize is that there's something called a Casimir effect, and it's basically the vacuum energy of a quantum field. Anyway, today is Sunday and I'm not having my meeting until Tuesday, so I still have a bit of time to work on
this project until my first meeting. And so far what I've done is calculated quantum entropy of when we include the Casimir effect. For Neumann entropy is basically a measure of how n-tango2 system is, and it's a positive number that is between 0 and the natural log of the dimension of your Hermitian matrix, I think. Again, it's not until Tuesday, so I think I've done enough so far in the last month or so preparing for this project. And so I think what I would do today is work on some editing, and later in the afternoon I'm going to watch a movie with my parents, so it should be kind of a fun day, I guess. Every day for a week straight. Hello. So we just got some batteries, and because I've been trying to fix my smart home, especially with my new home server, so I thought we might get some batteries in case we need it in the future.
Hello.
At this point I feel like it's our co-channel.
No, not my channel.
So I just came back from the movie, and it's actually quite funny, that film. And speaking of funny, I've got some parcel that has been delivered, but it went to the neighbor because I wasn't at home. I was at the movie. And so they delivered it to my neighbor, and now I just have to wait for them to come back home because we tried and they weren't at home just now. Oh my god, this is my server's case. So whilst my dad is doing the workout, I'm going to do something else. And that is working on my personal profile page. Hello, we just came back from grocery shopping, and right now is just 20 minutes past 9. Today I have two main events, so to speak, which is the first thing is a committee meeting that honestly I don't really want to attend, but I have to. And the second one is I have a private tutorial session with a student that I have. And so right now I think just before my meeting I'm going to prepare for the tutorial work, so that it's ready when I have my tutorial session later. Okay, we just finished the meeting, and now I desperately need lunch before my tutorial session. So yeah. Oh my god, my power supply just came. So this is my power supply. Here's my lunch. I have this jam, and this croissant was free from Lido, and then a piece of brie, because I think this is my favorite cheese actually. I really love brie. Actually, never mind. I think I don't actually love jam that much, so I'm just gonna eat it plain. I know it's really sad, but I don't know. That's just my preference, I guess. So it turns out I actually have a bit more time than I thought I have, and so I'm going to prepare pasta in the nata for afternoon tea in the after my tutorial session. I'm just going to pop it into the fridge and I'll see it later when I bake it. So last night I didn't really have much opportunity to sleep because I was working on the editing for I think it's the War Memorial Park vlog. So I think I'm a bit tired right now, and so maybe I'll go take a nap or something, I don't know. Actually no, I think before taking a nap, I think I try to think about tomorrow's meeting because I'm meeting my project advisor tomorrow, and I thought I might think about questions that I might have to ask or things that I want to be clarified, and just like being prepared in general. So basically I just finished the meeting, and I think he seems to like the work that I did, and basically what he told me to do is try varying the parameters that the regime that we are considering and writing up the results. So I think in the coming week I'm going to do that, and then I will send it back to him, and then we'll organize another meeting to discuss over it. And right now I'm going to eat lunch. Yeah. So for today's lunch we have some leftover Caesar salad from yesterday. Oh my god, the motherboard just came in. I think I'm going to build the server tomorrow once my hard drive and everything comes. So my dad wanted to get a broomstick because our current one is broken, and now I'm just trying to find something that's under £8. I guess these ones, but I'm not sure because they're like this kind of pads, and I don't know if he wants pads. But you know what, never mind, it's way over £8 anyway, and £8 is the price that you can get on Amazon, so my dad said not to get it if it's over £8. Now I have to find my dad because he just finished the haircut. He said he's going to be here at dinner, so I'm going to find him. Wait, I followed him out before. So now we're going to Aldi to see if they sell it cheaper. If not, we'll get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And just remember, because I'm trying to make the home server, and apparently we don't have USB at home, which is weird because nowadays who use like a USB, right? And so when you need it, you don't have it. So I'm going to see to buy one because I don't need a really good one, just like it's basically single use, so I don't need it that expensive. Wait, you said you have a box of USB?
Yes.
Okay,
I
then
think so.
maybe we'll try that because I can't find one.
Okay.
Because I can't find a
second-hand USB.
I'll try to find one for you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Actually, do they even sell more? Okay, so the broomstick in this room belongs to the no set. Get it? It's a theory reference. So whilst my dad goes to take a shower, I need to start preparing for afternoon tea. I want to say tea, but it's actually coffees. So afternoon coffee. Another thing that I forgot to do is my sourdough. I have to feel it. This is my starter. I haven't came up with a name though, so maybe comment your ideas. You know what? I think this box that I showed earlier is actually my SSD and my RAM instead of my motherboard. So I don't know when my motherboard is coming, but I think maybe tomorrow. So here's my RAM. I think I'm going to do a bit more on the writing up right now. Something that's kind of frustrating is that I realized that in my code I use a different base unit for some of the calculation originally. Whilst the physics is still the same, it's just the scale is a bit different, and I have to figure out the correct scale for this adjust scale. Also, another thing that my advisor suggested is to increase the number of precision of the calculation. I've been running it for like a good minute already, but it's still running. So I don't know. It's working so hard that it kind of broke down. So now I'm trying to see if changing it from 30 decimal point to 50 decimal point would still run okay. Because the last time when it crashed, I tried to ask it to compute 100 decimal place, which is quite a lot. So I'm not sure if it could handle 50 decimal point, but let's see if it does. Okay, so the result is in, and I think I have to adjust the time scale a bit more. Okay, so I find the right time scale, but now I have to increase the precision to see whether another plot would give the result that I want. Good morning. It's almost 2 p.m. Last night I spent a lot of time trying to fix my code, and because I was using such a high precision setting, it took quite a long time to render the code. But anyway, I got it working sort of. Yeah. Good morning.
Morning, it's afternoon now.
Yeah.
It's 2 p.m.
Okay, I should eat lunch.
Yes.
Or afternoon tea, I don't know. What time is it? It's almost 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and my motherboard is already here. So the first thing we want to do is swap out this RAM. This is 4 GB, which is probably enough, but I want to be safe, so I'm gonna upgrade it. I don't know if this is common, but it doesn't really make much sense to me that the heaviest thing is on top. So this is my 2S HDD, and I'm gonna install it. Now I have 2 things to do. So the first thing is I want to make some yogurt ice cream, and secondly I'm going to fit my sourdough starter. And I have this container from my last tub of ice cream. I think this is a really good recipe if you have like any leftover ice cream, leftover yogurt. Basically what you do is just you chuck in all the yogurt. Okay, and then the next thing to do is to add this golden syrup or honey. I mean, you can use sugar, but I kind of prefer using this kind instead. But you do need a lot for it to be sweet, because once it's frozen, it actually doesn't taste that sweet, like sugar. So just put in more than you think you need. And then to make chocolate flavor, I'm going to put in some chocolate powder as well. And then what you do is you pop it into the freezer and give it a mix every 30 minutes. It's dinner time. So this is the vegan chicken breast that I got from Tesco. So I've mixed my ice cream twice already, and it's actually looking kind of okay right now. So typically what I find is that this kind of ice cream takes a long time to defrost, so just put it out or put it in the fridge like a few hours before. Making noodles.
Yes. The Korean noodle. This one. China noodle. From Korea.
So since my PCs since my server build, my cables has not arrived yet. So I think I'm going to practice for a bit before or whenever the cables come, and then I will continue building the server. Oh my god, my cables just came, so let's get cracking. It's so dark inside the case, so I have this hat that my dad used, but basically what it does is, you know, there's this flash, so hopefully it'll help. Hey everyone, I have a bad news. My PSU's, so PSU stands for Power Supply Unit. My power supply unit, one of the cable is wrong. So instead of having 10 plus 18 pin, no. So instead of having 10 plus 14 pin, I got 18 instead. And so that's not going to work. So unfortunately I have to return this set of cables and reorder another set. And you know, the worst part is I cannot blame anyone other than myself, because I should have done my research, and turns out this model has been well, it was released in 2013 and it has been replaced by a newer generation, which makes sense I suppose. But yeah, I guess I should have done my research. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Steamed egg.
What is it called in Cantonese?
蒸水蛋.
蒸水蛋.
Yeah.
Apart from the steamed egg, I'm also having a sweet corn, and they're having chicken wings.
finished my tutorial session with my tutie, and right now I have a video that I desperately need to get out, which I haven't edited yet. So usually I post at 4 PM and it's 1:30 now. So I have 2.5 hours. So I better get going. Update. I'm halfway through the video and I still have 1.5 hours. So I better hurry. Ooh, fortunately it's done, and I still have 1 hour and 15 minutes to spare. And I'm impressed by how productive I am, so. My computer parts, well, the cable that I ordered yesterday is not coming until later this evening, so now I have some time to spare, and I thought I might make a tiramisu for dessert. Okay, it's done, sort of. I still need to dust off the chocolate when I serve it, but other than that, it's ready. I just woke up from a nap. At 6 PM I started to feel a bit too tired, and so I took a nap, but then I didn't realize that I napped for that long. It's practically a full sleep for me, but I finally got all my parts, so I think right now I'm gonna eat dinner and then I start building my server. So the hardware bit is completed, but now we have to check whether the software part works. I have a really sad news. Unfortunately, I think my power supply is faulty, so it's not working. And I'm so frustrated. Like, after all this, the supply is not working. I don't know, I'm just wordless at this point, so. I've contacted the seller for the power supply. Hopefully I can get a refund, but if not, but fortunately it's one of the cheaper component of a computer build, but still it's really bad that I'm losing money on this. But if I were to buy a power supply next time, I think I could go for a first hand rather than a second hand like this. I'm so frustrated. Okay, I need a sweet treat. Okay, so I have some pineapple and my tiramisu. You know, at this point I kind of feel like I want to give up, but since I'm already so heavily invested into this project, I can't really afford to back out now. Okay, just a quick update. I just filed for a request for a return on the power supply, and I also got a completely new one off Amazon. And the reason I got it from Amazon is because of their free return policy, and so even if it doesn't work, I can still get a return on it, and rule out that it's not the PSU that's not working but other parts, but I'm pretty sure it's the power supply, but just in case, I guess. It's also a good thing because that will be the content for the next week, so free content for next week, I guess. I'm just trying to be optimistic here and not crash out, but I don't know. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. This is the result of getting on the wrong train. You have no idea how much of a relief that is. I was trying to boot up my server, but I realized it didn't work because my entire Amazon Alexa's home system went down. Turns out I don't have enough time for lunch. The advisor have not replied back yet. So that pancakes was really good, but I think I spread a bit too much and the volume ended up quite big, so I'm quite full. So to quickly summarize last episode of this series, where I basically did my summer research project, and right now I'm just waiting for my advisor to reply on the draft report that I've written. As for my home server project, I'm still waiting for my power supply to come. And for those who didn't know what happened, you might have to go back to the video from here. Today I'm going to do some video editing and I also have to record a batch of shorts. Okay, I just finished filming all my briefs for I think the coming week, and so right now I have to quickly edit and move on to editing for tomorrow's video, or in between I may take a break or something, I don't know, but basically that's the plan. Okay, I just finished editing my shorts and I think I'm gonna take a break right now because I think as you can tell I am really tired, so I think I'm going to take like a nap or just like a short break or something, I don't know. I'm so tired. Okay, so I just did a bit more editing work and I was originally going to make dinner, which is a soup with like a puff pastry on the top, but I realized I didn't actually remember to thaw my pastry from the freezer, so it's still quite frozen and I can't really use it, so I just made it as is. So for the rest of the day I'm going to continue doing editing, and those kind of B-rolls of me editing can only be so interesting, so I think I'm going to end it here for today and continue tomorrow. Bye. And that's last week's video, which is now ready. I think by the time this video comes out, it should already be out, and you can see it here. So I have a flute lesson on Wednesday, so I definitely have to practice to prepare for it. Okay, I just finished the tutorial session again, and I'm so tired. Maybe I will take a nap. Okay, I just wake up from the nap, and look, new video just came up. I also have a banana to eat. Another random observation I have is, usually I don't have much time that I have nothing to do, and those are what I call free time, which is time that I have nothing to do outside of everything else that I do. So like when you minus all the hobbies and studies and all the time that it takes, today I still have time left where I just literally have nothing to do, like now. But the fact that I do today is just wild. And I think it's probably because I woke up early today. I woke up at like 7 AM, so I guess that's the key to having time, I don't know. So for today's dinner, we have some scrambled eggs, this vegan chicken that you might have seen last week's video, and some wedges. And I also have this sweet corn. So my advisor have not replied back yet, but I'm just thinking about stuff that I can do in the future and future research direction where I could take this project further. But yeah. Okay, so as you know from the last video, or not, for the last week I got a lot of wrong parts and wrong cable, and so today we're just going to return all these cables. Okay, it's all done now. I just came back home and now I've a few things to do. So firstly, I think I'm going to give a follow-up message on my eBay refund. As you might know from last video, my power supply doesn't work, and so I have to get a refund from eBay about the power supply. And then I need to edit some reels for today. And finally, I think today my new power supply from Amazon is going to arrive. So tonight I'm probably going to continue building my home server. Okay, I finished editing my reels. Okay, now I'm gonna do a call with my grandparents. Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Do you want to introduce your dish?
This is called mapo tofu rice.
What is it in Cantonese?
Mapo tofu fan.
So where does the name come from?
I don't really know.
I think is measles. So mapo is granny with measles all over her face. Yeah.
And where does the tofu part come from?
Tofu.
So it's just like, okay, we don't know where the tofu part comes from, but we know at least where the mapo comes from.
Tofu is tofu.
Yeah.
What do you want?
No, I mean if there's like a historical reason why they put the two together.
I think just because the minced pork looks like measles on the
Tofu.
Yeah, on the face of.
Oh, maybe like tofu is like a skin. It's so white and so it's like contrasting. But we don't have the historical source yet.
Yeah.
So go look at that
Go
yourself.
Wiki or ask AI.
Yeah. So this is my power supply. Now I'm going to replace it with that and see if it boosts up. Okay, so this is the power supply removed. And now I'm going to switch in the new one. It's assembled, but let's have a test. You have no idea how much of a relief that is. I've been working on this for an entire week now, and it's finally working. I'm just really happy. I found the problem. So I was trying to boot up my server, but I realized it didn't work because I have always wondered why the stick isn't going all the way. Turns out these are DDR3 instead of DDR4, and they're not backward compatible, so it's not going to fit into the board. However, this time I can say it's not my fault because I did order DDR4, so CX has to do better because, well, these are DDR3 and not DDR4, so that's why it didn't work.
Number 7 in the queue.
So just now I was trying to book in for an appointment for the GP because recently I've noticed some like yellow pigmentation on my arm, and I just want to book in to check if it's like anything serious, but yeah, I'm still waiting for them to confirm whether they will give me like a blood test or a consultation or like an appointment, but that's what I'm waiting for now. And today I'm going to Birmingham to have my flute lesson because I haven't had it since last year, ever since I started university, and I thought it might be a good thing to do to have a lesson. The trains were running late, but I managed to get there in time anyway. So basically what happens was, so like after my flute lesson, I went to the train station and then I checked the train app and it said it's going to be like 3:45, and then when the train came at 3:45 I got on thinking that's my train, right? And then I checked my app because I just want to make sure, and then I noticed, well, there's no such train at this time, which is weird because it's not showing up on the app, but I know there's this train, right? Because I'm physically on it. And so I start to panic and think, wait, this is not the train I'm supposed to be on, or it didn't have the station that I should get off, so maybe it just passed the station or something. Yeah, so I got off at an earlier station, and
This is the result of getting on the wrong train.
and then my dad came to pick me up.
Thank you for your rescue.
So that's really fortunate that my dad is picking me up. Otherwise, I would have stranded in the middle of nowhere and have to take like Uber or boat, which is expensive AF. Yeah. It would have been like £5 or something. I did check because I was just curious, I just want to know how much it would cost if if my dad weren't here to pick me up. So if my dad is watching this, thank you so much. But yeah. So today, for some reason, I don't know why, but my entire Amazon Alexa system, sort of smart home system, went down. Like all the devices are just gone. But I've managed to reset up the entire thing almost entirely. There's still bits of stuff that's not done yet, like the timer which we always use. I think one of the most use case in our smart home is the Alexa timer. That for some reason is still not working, so I am not sure why. But another thing is the home routine stuff, which I think I would focus on tomorrow if I can. But basically it's relatively easy because recently I am planning to rebuild my smart home anyway, right? So I have made a list of all the routine, so I can just follow the Excel sheet and just work for every single one of them. But unfortunately today I have other stuff that I really have to get done, and it's almost 1 p.m. Just past 12:30, so I really need to get things done, and so maybe I'll leave it for tomorrow. And like I also want to say, I actually recorded off these ones already, but for some reason I recorded it in slow motion, which is really stupid because those footage is basically unusable. Maybe it's just because of the panic of this smart home thing not working, but I don't know, I'm kind of stressed. So first thing first, as usual, I have to edit a video for release today. So the reels of the day is ready. Depending on if you have seen those reels, but I have this subscription to Cineworld's Unlimited plan. But in September, I will no longer be at home because I'm at uni. But the closest Cineworld there is like 30 minutes away, so it's not 30 minutes drive, by the way. So it's quite far away, so definitely not realistic. And so I thought I might have to cancel the plan, and because I don't need it anymore. The way you cancel the plan is, I think, a bit tricky because you have to like email or something like that, rather than like just cancelling it online, which is something that I really don't like about Cineworld. This way of cancelling a subscription is not the best model, I think. In a way, it feels like they're trying to trick you into continue paying more, but I'm not tricked, so I have to go cancel it now. Okay, that's another thing off my to-do list of the day. One last thing for now is there's this calculation in my summer project that I want to try if I could do it, because when I did the result, there's like this plot, and I want to figure out the general solution to that by taking some approximation and see whether I could get like a general solution rather than basing it off like just by visually seeing it. So I'm not sure if I got the result that I want, but now I have to pick up the car with my dad in the garage. Okay, we got the car now. Mr. Stark, it feels like a new car in here.
Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here!
So I just woke up from a nap. Tonight we're eating curry, but I need to make like a egg omelette sort of thing for the curry, because we ran out of the vegan chicken breast thing from Tesco. So didn't really end up looking aesthetic, but yeah. This on the other hand looks really good. Today I have a lot to get done. The first thing is I have to finish editing the video for today. I feel like all my vlogs is just me editing video, but yeah, that's what I have to do today. And then later I'll have another tutorial session with my tutee. So the video is basically done, but I have to export it after my tutorial session, because or otherwise it might take too much resources from the computer and it might affect my tutorial sessions meeting. So I'm going to do that after the session, but now I need to get lunch. So it turns out I don't have enough time for lunch, but I'm going to eat it after my tutorial session. Okay, I finished the tutorial session. Now I have to eat lunch and export my video and then upload it and all those stuff. So now the video is ready. So the funny thing is, 1 year ago exactly is my A-level result day, and this pile of mess is all the past paper I did during my A-level, and somehow they are still here, so I'm thinking about throwing it out today. Going through this stuff, it's kind of funny how it was just like 1 year ago, but these stuff are like already so old in my mind. Is it just me, but sometimes I feel like going to physical stores is kind of a nostalgic experience. Especially nowadays, I think a lot of people do their shopping online, and going to a store like that, there's this sense of weird or awkwardness. Undoubtedly, I feel like the price in stores are definitely higher than it is online, and I suppose in a way that's the premium that people are paying for. But I think I still prefer going shopping online, because I don't have people just like asking, oh, can I help you with anything, and sometimes that just kind of scares me off. Okay, I just came back home, and tonight we're making one-pot rice. So basically one-pot rice, as the name suggests, is you just put everything into the rice cooker and like as one pot, and then it just cooks. And our source of protein here is tofu. So basically I have like tofu cubes that I chop up, and then it goes into the rice cooker with like sauce and rice and some vegetables, I guess. And then you just put in all the vegetables and any sauce you want. So today I think I'll do some light soy sauce, some dark soy sauce, and some more sesame oil. Dinner's ready. So as you saw, today I went to exchange for my new RAM. Okay, excuse my cable management, but I think the RAM is in now. Oh my god, see? That's the screen now. It's finally working. So what I did is I removed one of the RAM, because that's one way to test. But I think the main problem is I just like didn't install the RAM properly. So I'm going to redo that now, and it should hopefully work. Okay, so now the OS is completely installed. So now the first thing I want to do is set up RAID on the disk. So basically I'm doing RAID 1, which is, I have two 8TB disks, so that's total of 16TB, but only 8TB will be usable, because the other half will be used as a backup. So even one disk file, you have the other one as a redundancy, which I think is good, because like 8TB is quite a lot anyway. So I think I should also set up another thing called file browser, so I could access the folder. And now I have a file system, and you can, like, when you go to the server link, you can also sign up for an account, such that you could access this NAS. But obviously at the moment it's only to the local network, which means later I have to set up a VPN such that I could access it even though I'm not at home connected to this network. So later tonight I think I'm gonna do more, but now I really need to go shower, so maybe tonight I will do more and update you all tomorrow. Good morning, it's now almost 3 p.m, quarter to 3, and I was just in bed trying to figure out a service that my server could run, and last night I was like working up to 4 a.m. trying to get a few things to work, and basically now I have a few servers. Some servers that I have at the moment is Home Assistant, which is the thing that controls the smart home, MeTube, which is a way to download YouTube videos, which sometimes I need as a content creator for my own video making purpose, and the third one is File Browser, which is a way for me to interact with the system and try to upload files onto my NAS. And then I also have OpenWeb UI, which is basically a way for me to run a Llama. Basically, it's kind of like ChatGPT, but running locally on your server. But what I find is that it's a bit too slow because of the limit. But what I find is it's a bit slow because of the limitation of the hardware. So that's just like a small experiment that I can run, but practically I don't think it's that useful. Okay, I finished lunch, but now I want to do something for the home server as image. Basically, it's kind of like Google Photo, and you can back up your photos onto the NAS drive. Okay, so update. I've tried it for like an hour already, but it's still not done. I have some trouble like setting the location where it mounts the where it saves the photos. Oh, okay, I think it's done now. And yeah, it's a terabyte, well, about, but you don't expect a few amount, but that's the right drive. I don't know if it's just me still trying to recover from yesterday's sickness, but I am also a bit tired. After almost an entire hour of uploading, it's finally up. Hello, welcome back to the third week of summer research vlog. So just a quick catch up on what I've done so far. So basically 2 weeks ago in the first video, I've already submitted my sort of first draft of the write-up to my advisor, but right now I'm still waiting for his reply. And then on the second week, I sort of did a bit more work to find a model to fit my data, which is a numerical simulation, and try to fit it. But right now I am considering the actual implication of the result and just trying to be really sure about it whilst I wait for my advisor to reply. But I think once I have a bit more result, maybe I will try to email him again, just in case if he missed my email. I was originally going to go to the cinema with my parents, but for some reason I'm feeling a bit unwell today with my stomach and just like feeling tired. So I think I'm gonna stay in and maybe take a nap because I have to cook dinner tonight. But before that, I some admin stuff that I have to do before I start year 2. It's like signing up for enrollment. Even though I'm like officially registered as a student, but each year you still have to re-enroll, sort of sign up on the system, or basically there's just like a bit of admin stuff that I have to do. Okay, so the online sign up is done, and maybe I'll take a nap now, or yeah, I'm gonna take a nap. And maybe I would take a nap, I don't know. But I also kind of want to, and also I'm kind of tempted to back up my footage for my next video, which I'm publishing on Monday, which is tomorrow. So I have to get it ready today or tomorrow at some point, or whenever. Yeah. So going to napping turns out to be a lie, because I have to prepare for tutorial tomorrow as well. I have a tutorial session tomorrow, and basically I need to like prepare a tutorial sheet or a problem sheet for my student to work on it. And now I'm going to rest a bit before I start cooking dinner. Tonight we are making for For my parents, I'm making them spaghetti, and for myself, I'm making, as you know, I always make that scrambled egg sort of dish with the vegan chicken. So yeah, that's my dinner. So this is our leftover Singapore noodle.
Yeah, Singapore vermicelli.
From our dinner a few days ago, from Saturday.
Yes.
So go back and watch the last video. And I finished the tutorial session, so now I have to go back to editing. I feel like my life at this point is just tutorial editing and doing something random or like cooking. But I guess that's just life, right? I am not complaining because in a way this kind of like is kind of privilege, I guess. And yeah, I just have to really appreciate things that I have and not take it for granted. So now I've finished editing the video and it's in export, but I have to make the thumbnail and then I have to be quick because in about an hour, actually less than an hour, I have to go out for a blood test because as I mentioned last week, I saw some yellow spots on my body and I thought I might have jaundice, but so it's safer to just do a blood test and see what's wrong. But yeah, it should be nothing, I think. At this rate, I think I can't get the video upload exactly at my usual time, but I think maybe I will upload it a bit later today. But yeah, it's going to come out today, but maybe a bit later than usual. Yeah, I'm already late, so let's have afternoon tea instead. So we have some street waffles today. After almost an entire hour of uploading, it's finally up. So back in the closet, as you know, I've been trying to build my smart home again, and when we started we had some sensors which I don't know where it went, so I know it must be in this closet, so I have to find it within this mess. So I've tried looking under this mess and it's not below it. Wait, I just had a realization. So I think last year or some time ago I had an idea to remove all the like electronics that we no longer use and sell it through CX. So maybe I've sold it at the time. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I actually did. And so that's another thing off my to-do list, I guess. Are you homesick?
No.
But you like the snacks?
Yes, I just missed the snacks. Home food, home snacks, sick.
I feel like today I've been a bit unproductive because I don't know, today I just feel really tired, but I think tonight I'm going to do a bit of scripting for tomorrow's episode of podcast and some reels that I want to film. So at least I have done something today and it's not like I've wasted today, other than like making the tiramisu, or, you know, at least I have some work done. So frustrating, I recorded with the wrong mic. So maybe I will have lunch now and then just re-record it again. Okay, I finished uploading the video and so everything should be ready now.
I don't know if it's just because of the cold or whatever, but I just feel a bit tired today. So I think I'm gonna take a nap before dinner. So this is the Swiss tofu and egg.
Yes.
But why is it Swiss?
Because it's sweet.
Oh, so it doesn't come from Switzerland,
No, it's not.
but it's called Swiss.
Yes.
So
Because in the past, people in Hong Kong, the English is not so good.
This one is cute.
I don't know if it's just me still trying to recover from yesterday's sickness, but I am also a bit tired. I was originally going to do a bit of unboxing, but I think I'll do it tonight after dinner. And right now I'm just going to take a short nap. And I guess, yeah. So for the rest of the day, I think I'm going to edit some video and maybe start reading on this book. So yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow.